What up? What up? What the deal, everybody? Listen, this has been a slow week, so I'm not gonna act like we have a lot of things to say, but we got some things to say. Um, RIP to Hal Williams, RIP to Lindsey Graham. We're gonna talk about the JC concert. We're also gonna talk about the discrepancies between rap bosses and what we need to do, excuse me, or what people need to do when it comes to signing to an artist who is signed to an artist, if that makes sense. We're going to clarify. And as always, take care of yourself, you ugly mother. I ain't going to say that. Let's start the show. What's happening?
Hey.
How you doing? How you doing? You know, this is the Ish We Talk. I am Lily. I am the host of this show. I try to give you as much entertainment as possible. Um, I am with the lady who pushes the bells and the whistles. Without this lady, I would not be able to give you my opinion, nor would I not, excuse me, let me say this right, nor would I not be able to show you um, my view of the world. So I want to give a round of applause for the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles, the lady that gets our um, the things that we talk about, all our topics together. So let's give a round of applause for my cousin, my dog, Lindsay.
Hello. How's it going? How's life?
That's going. But again, this is Ish We Talk. You can catch us on all social medias, but I always like to give a big shout out to Twitch, and I also have to give a big shout out to YouTube. Um, for anybody watching us anywhere, we love and we respect it. But Lindsay, how's your health? How's your wealth? What's going down, my dog?
Oh, everything is everything. Just trying to stay alive. How are you?
Just to be quite fair,
Yeah.
I am trying to make sense of what's going on with my life. Not trying to be on no extra, and not trying to downplay anything. Um, I don't understand how certain people can make a certain amount of money when it comes to like corporate America when they're completely incompetent. And so I've been going through that back and forth. Like that just doesn't even make any sense. Where I know I have more know-how than certain people. Not and it has nothing to do with the business that I work at. But I'm watching certain individual just like juice up their resume and they just get hired on and are completely incompetent.
You know what that reminds me of? Have you ever seen that meme of that man that's standing in front of that whole switchboard with his hands on his hips?
Yeah,
And it's saying when I lied my first day on the job after I lied to get the job.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what I
what
be
that
looking
reminds
at,
me of.
man. I watched so many people be in certain places and look like the dude in the Knicks game where he just like no idea what's going on right now.
Right, right.
But yet this person is making $140,000 a year. Meanwhile, the person under that person who knows exactly what's going on is only making like maybe $54,000 a year, and this person is making sure that this guy keeps his job. That is mind-boggling to me sometimes. Like, sometimes I just don't understand that.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure, for sure. So, let's start with some good news. This was not on the docket, but I just found it out. Um, have you ever heard of the 80K twins?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you had heard, but one of them was missing here recently. Yeah, and so the other one had posted and was just like, I don't like to bring this to social media, but my twin is missing. He's been missing for a few days. Can y'all please share so we can, because we're desperately trying to find him. Well, he has been found safe. So thank the Lord. I don't know the details where he was at or anything of the sort, what happened, but yeah, he has been found safe. And you
How
know,
old are they now?
normally, huh?
How old are they now?
They're in their early 20s.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, with a fine ass daddy. But
That dude was out there, and
yeah.
again, it's just my opinion, and my opinion does not reflect the views of the issue we talk. But in my opinion, he just wanted to break from everything that they were doing, and he just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, knock some shit down for a couple of days. I can guarantee you, it's a bitch involved, or whatever he's involved with, because I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know people's lives. Whatever he was involved in, he just wanted to knock something down for a couple of days and not be bothered, and that's 100% fair.
Well, it could be that, you know, I had a friend.
Oh no, it's 100% that.
Well, I wouldn't say 100%, but it's a possibility. I had a friend a few years ago that went MIA, and folks was trying to get a hold. Like, it was a mess. We was all sharing like, hey, can you find my friend? And people was like legit like, hey, I saw him here. Hey, I saw him here. Well, the thing is that he is an albino, so he sticks out like a sore thumb. But he's not the only albino to ever roam the earth. So people with all these, hey, I saw him here. Hey, I saw him there. Saw an albino, but not the particular albino we were looking for.
I know
So
exactly. I know exactly the person you're talking about.
yeah, because it was we put it all over social media, and I don't even think
Yeah,
we had it back then. But he ended up being found safe, and it was because he was laid up.
exactly. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
and when he resurfaced, that's when he found out. Because when I tell you the shit was great, he ended up losing his job behind that. Because I had one friend who she was like desperately looking for him. She had his parents and everything, and she was talking about how they was getting on her nerves. And she had like hacked into his computer, into his email, found his job information, called the job looking for him and stuff like that. He ended up getting fired behind it because they were saying that he was lying because he was calling in, but then with her calling the job, it was like, okay, what's going on? Like, so like it was a big ordeal. But I told him once he resurfaced, I said, don't you ever do that shit again. I said, you need to tell somebody. I don't give a fuck what you say. Just say I'm safe. Y'all ain't gotta send out no APB or nothing like that. So that if you're somewhere laid up, you ain't got, like I told him, you ain't got to tell nobody the ins and outs of what you're doing. Quite frankly, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I just give a fuck that you're okay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a bit selfish when you're okay and you do that. Like, I get the whole I don't want to talk to nobody right now. I get that. I want to be laid up. Don't call me for shit. I get that as well. But you need to at least tell somebody so that if folks are worried about you and they speak to that person saying, hey, have you talked to such and such? They can be like, yeah, they straight. Don't worry about them. Don't send out the dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people that actually care about you and love you are going to be concerned. And if you just want to take time out, you are definitely entitled to do that. But don't take for granted that people care about you and are concerned about your whereabouts. Now, that's in that instance. Some people are feeling like, as far as like the twins are concerned, that it may have been a mental health scare. And that's the reason why I'm saying, like, it could be partially true and partially not true, because if it is a mental health situation, then we kind of need to address the mental health issue.
Yeah.
You know, and that shouldn't be taken lightly either, because it could be a mental break and they need a break from whatever's going on at that time. And
Yeah.
that doesn't change whatever's going on, though. You just stepping away. Because if you're at a table with a bunch of shit on it, just because you say, hey, I'm gonna leave the table, it doesn't take away from the shit that's on the table. The shit will be on the table once you return. So we kind of need to address the table. But
Okay.
yeah.
And I give you that. Everything that you said is 100% for me, in my opinion, is 100% right. You hit it right. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say is this. And my opinion is just my opinion. Again, I keep on telling you, these are my opinions. And my opinion, if we're gonna go down that lane, and he just needed a mental break, no one needs to know about that. Maybe a couple of people, maybe one or two people, but none of these people got to be in your close circuit. You just got to. Sometimes you got to go MIA, and the only reason why I say that is because I'm that person. Right? I'm that person that just goes MIA, and they'd be like, my family would be like, I don't even know where he's at, wow, and what he's doing, and boom, 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 boom. And he'll be a person that I only talk to in a blue moon, be like, I know exactly where he was. He all right.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when it comes to like mental clarity. Because sometimes the reason why you break away from everybody that you know for mental clarity is because you don't even know if these people that you are 100% close to all the time is the one that are blocking you from your mental clarity. So you don't tell.
Yeah. And to a certain extent, that is fair.
Yeah.
So because those will be the people that will be trying to convince you to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
with that getting out the way, I will say this 100%. With that getting out the way, if it wasn't even about that, and it's about I done found some fine shit. I wanna be around. I ain't telling nobody about the shit. No way. Y'all can act like I'm missing. I don't give a fuck. And the reason why I don't give a fuck is because this time that I'm spending with them, I'm just draining balls. And I'm saying this with the utmost respect for this young man. But I'm saying if you were draining balls, you were draining balls. We don't need an explanation for that, my nigga. We don't need an explanation for that at all. Listen, I come from a cloth of my mother knew that I'm so isolated that she didn't even want to hang out with me after my graduation. I had to let her know that hurt my feelings. But she was like, I just know you so used to doing your own thing. I just went there and then left.
Hmm.
But if you're one of those people that just your solitude is your solitude, it is what it is. Like, ain't nobody gonna be mad at that you found somebody that you want to just drain your balls in. And and like that's just what it was. Just to be quite honest, and I'm not gonna tell her name out there, but like, nah, like after that shit happened and didn't nobody come say, hey, my cousin Femi dropped me off like $300. He was like, boom, 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 do your thing. I slid out from the family for about a week. I was getting my balls drained.
I
Everybody's
think you
like,
like
where
saying
is this dude
that.
at? Where is he at? I'm getting
Yeah.
my balls drained. I'm talking about I pissed her off. I pissed her off because I'm talking about every time this motherfucker jumped, I was like, man, I'm knocking it down. She said, hey man, you're not about to keep on putting your dick in me like that. Like we ain't even been outside yet. Nope. I'm talking about for about 2 days. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But 2 days, and then people start being that kind of like, where the fuck is Lily?
Yeah. You know, we know you would be in there like homegirl had old boy in misery. You never know. You never know.
I was locked
But
in. I don't even think I was in her. I think I was, if she was living with her auntie or somebody that she was close to. I'm in the basement. She get up, do her thing, whatever, come back down, get this dick. I was on that type of time.
yeah, yeah.
I wasn't getting out of that house for shit until I felt like I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it was like
I get that.
I was about to say because of the shit that happened, because of the whole graduation thing, it was the reason why I was on that time. I didn't want to be bothered with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure my whole family was like, man, if this nigga don't come up, we gonna have to call the police. Y'all don't got to call the police. I'm just digging in pussy for the next 3 days.
And see, but that's the thing though, because not only do you have people concerned about you, but they will be concerned to the point where they will get the laws involved. And
Yeah.
to prevent all of that, just let somebody know, like, okay, they okay.
Well,
Just
you know,
I mean,
grew up in an era
that's
where
all that
cell
people just
phones.
need to know.
We grew up in an era where cell phones was there, but not everybody had cell phones.
Not everybody have one. Fair.
Yeah. But when I was 18, not everybody had cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple people, she had a cell phone. The individual that had a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
I was buying dummy phones, which if y'all don't know what dummy phones is, at a young age, I was out here like selling dope. So I can get a dummy phone for $100 and I got it for 30 days. But I wasn't calling nobody on that unless it was serves. So I had a dummy phone. That motherfucker looked like a brick. And that motherfucker, I'm stating my age, but I'm telling you what it was to be in the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm like, shit, I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't calling nobody. Like, by the time I seen my mama again, she hugged me like I've been gone for 6 months. I was just gone for 3 days getting pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you know, shout out to the 80K twins. You know, whatever the case may be, he is back home safe. So shout out to them. But yeah, as far as our topics are concerned, are we ready to talk about our actual topics?
What'd you say? You said some shit.
I have. So the game and YG officially set for a versus battle in Los Angeles on July 23rd. Are we here for this?
Trashiest ass fucking versus battle ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Are we really here for this?
That's the trash. And shout out to the game and shout out to YG. Y'all got great music. But that's gonna be a trash ass fucking versus.
I feel like the game has a whole decade ahead of YG worth of music.
That's what I'm saying. It's a trash ass versus. YG's gonna come out with some shit that is regional, that some niggas know, and Game is just gonna always go into his bag of, like you just said, a decade of having hits.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
trash ass versus.
Yeah, because the game has like certified hits with a bunch of certified people. And he also is cut from the Dr. Dre cloth. So he can go into his Dr. Dre bag, he can go into his G Unit bag, he can go into his regional bag, he can go into his certified hit bag. YG has a good album or two worth of certified hits, and the rest is more regional.
Exactly.
You
Thank
know, and he just came out with an album.
you. So let's keep it a total beam with everybody that's listening to us right now. Nothing. We're not downplaying YG at all.
Not
But
in the least.
he is a regional artist.
Not in the least. Like YG's shit that I've been hearing recently slap like a motherfucker. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. So it's no hate here. It's just being real.
He's a regional artist.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not.
That's why I mean YG is one of those people that whatever deal he signs with, they understand that they always push him regionally. They don't push him worldwide. They push him
But his
regionally.
sound is very, 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 very niche.
That's
So
why they push him regionally.
yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. But it's like, because the sound is so extremely niche, I don't think it I don't think it works well outside of the region.
And for everybody just listening to us right now, I'm not saying this as a hater or anything. I'm talking to you as a person that grew up in the I guess the gangster rap era. And I also at one point, because don't question my pen at all. I always thought I could be a great lyricist. I realized as I was trying to advance in that certain places, because even though I don't believe I have an accent, um, certain entities believe you have an accent, and then they will place you regional. They won't give you a deal where they're gonna push you where Arabs know how you sound.
Mm-hmm.
They will just only make you regional. Now you could be a millionaire doing that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I decided, and now I ain't even gonna say I decided. The world decided they're like, nigga, you need to find a job because I didn't want to be I didn't want to be a regional artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be quite
Yeah.
honest, I didn't want to be that.
Yeah.
I had talks, I've talked to people, and especially when I was out there and they was just like, nah, you're not good enough. And so I wasn't one of those people that feel bad about it. I just was like, okay, well, okay, plan B then. But
Mm-hmm.
because I know that, I know this. YG has made himself a millionaire, probably a multi-millionaire. He's had some hits, but most of the things he does, he's a regional artist. The game is a whole different brand
Yeah.
because
The
the
game is
game
not
had,
regional.
yeah, because the game had a conglomerate behind him. The game not only had a conglomerate behind him, but he learned to not sound Californian anymore. He was a whole different. If you think about it, because I don't downplay nobody, but if you think about it, Game was probably one of the best artists, or if not probably the best artist to come out besides Exhibit, to come out of California and completely not sound California.
I think he does still sound California, but I feel like bringing up Exhibit was a great point, because when the Alcoholics came out, I thought they was East Coast.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah. But I feel like with the Game, he sounds like him. It's not like he turns his back on his roots, because he doesn't. He puts California on his back.
Yeah, but I think
But
for
he
me,
sounds like
not
him.
to cut you off, but for me, he transcends his hood talk. Like
Yeah.
like, we know he gets into it.
Yeah.
But when we listen to it, I'm one of those people that loves Game's albums. I'm not gonna be one of them people. I like Game.
Yeah. Want it. Like,
He
Jesus Piece is my shit.
Yeah, he goes, when he raps, at one point you understand he's from Cali. You understand that completely.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes beyond that in a certain level when it comes to the cadence that he puts in there.
Yeah.
And I love that, because he still brings Cali back.
Yeah.
Like, he'd be like, that's on Cuz. That's on Blood. I respect it, because I know he's from that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when he's going through these bars, if you didn't know he was from California, you wouldn't say he's from California.
Right. If he just rapped Hickory Dickory Dock, you couldn't tell. but Game lets you know. But then this is the thing, though, because one thing that I do respect about Game was that Game at one point was out here by himself.
Yeah, he was.
And he wore that shit like it was a badge of honor, you know, because we all know the story with him and G Unit. And right after he scored a hit, they fell out. And then he's out here. Like, it wasn't nobody really that big at the time from, like, it wasn't a class, if you will, at the time when Game came out that was from the West Coast. Like, there's certain times, like, when there's certain eras when there's a lot of people that will be like a class of people that are from the same region or state or what have you. When Game came out, it wasn't nobody that was like from the West Coast at the time. And because you had the people before him, of course, but like that would be in his class, and he was wearing that shit like a badge of honor.
Yeah, he did.
Put that state on his back and never look back. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do nothing but respect what he did, because a lot of people would have, retreated.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He came out and he was doing them freestyles that was like bars on top of bars on top of bars. Was it like 300 bars or some shit like that? You know? So like he was doing that shit, and then he put out that One Blood, and he was Aftermath, and like you can't go no higher than having Dr. Dre have your back. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no better than that.
And I'm glad you said that, because what I want to say, because I do respect Game. I had this conversation a couple of years ago. It's probably like 5 years ago. And I said this, and I was like, the reason why I really do like Game, because like every album Game ever came out with, I buy. And they be like, why you still fuck with Game? I'm like, you know why? Because that nigga doing it on his own. His brother backstabbed him. Nobody in Cali ever publicly had his back. And he continued to like eat these niggas alive. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about the game. Y'all can say how he came in, how he started, whatever. Right now in his era, I will say he never had nobody. When Dr. Dre act like he didn't know who he was, he still kept on going. Period. Dot. Like, we not gonna question that. Nobody ever publicly had the games back. Now I understand why Dre and Eminem and all them didn't have it, because they can't do that. Because it's an inner turmoil. So you can't, you gotta
It's a
be.
conflict.
But nobody else from Cali ever had games back. And he had to take that, and he still remains somebody that people still talk about. That type of resolve is a different being.
Yeah, but I think this versus would be good for him, because sometimes with the game, his antics outside of music overpower or overshadow his music.
I can see what you're saying with that.
Yeah. And he does these social media antics, whether it happens by chance or it happens because he sat down and strategized. Nonetheless, there are antics that overshadow his talent. And so I feel like doing a versus is like, okay, y'all niggas forgot that I do rap. Like, I actually do this, and let me show you, let me remind you, So I feel like that would be dope for him, just to dig back in the catalog. Like, once he plays One Blood, let's just like go to the verses right quick, because we know he's gonna play One Blood. YG ain't got shit in his catalog that can go against One Blood.
Yeah, he can't stop that at all.
You hear it first here. He
He
ain't
can't stop
got
that at
shit
all. He can't
in
stop
his
One Blood
catalog. He cannot stop One Blood
at all.
He can't stop Hate It or Love It. He can't stop Celebration.
He sure can't stop Celebration.
Yeah. And just imagine if
he can't stop Dreams.
He can't stop Dreams. Just imagine, because I'm being me right now. Just imagine if he does the Celebration remix and brings Bone out. YG and DJ Mustard might as well pack up their shit and go home. It's a wrap. We're done here. Like, why are we continuing this?
You know what? I'm on the internet, so I have to say this live. I will honestly say I'm gonna scratch off it being trash. I only scratched off it being trash because I thought it was gonna be a land. I thought it was gonna be one of those things where it was just gonna be a landslide victory. But no, I'm gonna scratch it off. It's gonna be super trash because it's a landslide fucking victory. It's a landslide victory. It's like it is nothing. No downplay to YG.
None.
YG,
you let me tell you, I absolutely
might have one, maybe two rounds. And that's because Game is gonna go on his B side because he really lets people know he's a lyricist.
Yeah.
So you might have one, maybe two rounds. And the Game is going to wash the fuck out of that.
Yeah. Right.
Because it's the game.
It's the game. The game.
I'm a millennial. And I'm telling you this right now. Hunter Hearst Helmsley was probably one of the greatest wrestlers in the world. When he became worldwide, though, instead of Triple H, he started telling y'all, I'm the game. I am what wrestling the fuck is. Now, I say this to say this. The Game lets everybody know unapologetically he is exactly what fucking rap is. Y'all can talk the shit about game y'all want to talk about. Y'all can never say that this nigga is not lyrical and this nigga is not hood and this nigga is not gang affiliated. You put these three together, you got a fucking problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
He
And
is
don't get me
all of
wrong.
those, and people represent that.
Yeah.
Like, don't know, ain't nobody gonna question. They'll talk shit that they want to talk about game because everybody got a hater.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you right now, while we doing this right here, we got 10 niggas that be like, man, I ain't gonna listen to that shit. That nigga got a million of these niggas doing it, and he is stepping on these niggas' necks every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, this is going to be a massacre.
Yeah, it's gonna be a massacre for sure. And don't get me wrong, because YG's first album, My Crazy Life, absolutely love. Played the entire shit out of that album. You hear what I'm saying? But that, like, let's go down the list because I pulled it up. Let's go down the list because YG got some great B-sides. I ain't gonna hold you. He got some great B-sides. So on My Crazy Life, he got Mama Speech Intro, BPT, I Just Want to Party, Left Right, Beacon Back Being Boo, Meet the Flockers, My Nigga, Do It To You, Me and My Bitch, Who Do You Love, Really Be Smoking and Drinking, 1 a.m., Thank God, Sorry Mama, When I Was Gone, Bompton. So out of those, the only ones you can really fight with for real is, and of course this is gonna be in LA, so we got to think about the crowd participation too.
Yep. And
So
it's blood work.
yeah, right. So My Nigga, Beacon Back Being Boo,
Mm-hmm.
Me and My Bitch, and Who Do You Love? And maybe Really Be, because Really Be got Kendrick on it.
Really B is it's gonna go there.
Yeah. But that's only because it got Kendrick on there. But those are the ones that he can fight with off of the first album. But what else he got? Oh, his Nipsey shit. You know he's gonna play Fuck Donald Trump. He's gonna play You Broke. He might can fight with You Broke. But You Broke is a bit too slow.
He ain't gonna fight. Yeah, if he try to fight with that, like all that nigga got to do is all gang got to do is this is how we do, and that's gonna shut that shit down.
Yeah, yeah, but he's definitely gonna play Fuck Donald Trump. He can definitely fight with Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump is gonna have his that's gonna be his
Finale.
His only saving grace. That's his alley-oop.
His alley-oop. Yeah, because My Nigga's probably gonna be the finale. But he's gonna get the ladies with Toxic, but he probably don't want to fight with Toxic. And the only reason why you're gonna get the ladies with Toxic is because of the Mary J. Blige sample. What else? I really don't see nothing else he can fight with, to be honest.
Okay. So let's
go to the game.
Down games.
Yeah.
Old genre, like we go to.
So I'm gonna just pull up his hits.
We can just go through the first 3 albums the game had.
Yeah. Well, let's do the top songs. Let's do the Apple Music top songs. All right. So, of course, Hate It or Love It, How We Do, My Life, ooh, Dreams, 100, Wouldn't Get Far, All Eyes.
Get Far is dope.
Yeah. Wouldn't get far. Fucking these rap stars. Yeah. One Blood. Put You on the Game. Celebration. Easy. Now, if he sing Easy, that shit gonna ring. I fucking love that beat. Ali Boubaye, West Side Story, Talk to Me Nice, Crack Music, El Chapo, Room in Here, Start from
Mhm.
Scratch,
Room in
Red
here is gonna
Nation.
kill it. Room in here is gonna kill it. I'm telling you right now, if YG does any of his player shit, Room in here is gonna destroy that shit right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Because especially if he actually is able to get Anderson back in the building.
yeah, yeah. Switch Lanes, Higher, Old English, On Me. Now that's just his top songs. So if we go to the documentary, let's run down this. Intro to the documentary, West Side Story, Dreams, Hate It or Love It, Higher, How We Do, Don't Need Your Love, Church for Thugs, Put You on the Game, Start from Scratch, the documentary, Running, No More Fun and Games, We Ain't, Where I'm From, Special, Don't Worry, Like Father, Like Son. This motherfucker got two Nate Dogg songs on his first album. He played either one of them, they might as well pack up their shit and go home.
It's over.
Like,
It's over. It's a listen. I'm telling y'all right now, this has been green lighted. So I'm telling y'all right now that are listening to us, we're going to just really, for me, I ain't gonna say for everybody, but for me, we just gonna be vibing off of. We've told you this 10 plus years. The game is actually a dope fucking artist. He's very lyrical.
yeah,
We've been telling you this. For the
yeah,
rest of y'all are going to understand the caliber of this man who y'all think his career was ended because he was beefing with 50 Cent and a conglomerate because of Dr. Dre and Eminem. Y'all were saying like, no, nobody listen to the game. Yes, the fuck we do. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
the same people that say like, who's keeping Arby's alive?
Right, right, right. Because and it's fair because I remember when he did Mary in the Game, I was like, where is he getting this money from? Because I know I listened to him, but who else is listening to him? No, people listening to him. People listening to him. He's definitely keeping the lights on at Arby's for sure. So yeah. Um, and then let's just go to Jesus Piece because I fucking love Jesus Piece. Let's see. Where's that other album? It ain't even listed on here. Okay. So Jesus Piece. Scared Now. Ali Boubaye. Jesus Piece. Pray. Church. All That. Heaven's Arms. Name Me King. See No Evil. Can't Get Right. Hallelujah. Freedom. Celebration. I Remember. Blood Diamonds. Dead People. Then remember, Celebration has a remix. So, yeah.
Celebration has a remix. Also, I will say off the flip, if he does anything off that album and goes a cappella and does it, he's gonna destroy anything YG is about to talk about.
Yeah. Didn't even think about when he does that acapella rapping shit. He
Yeah,
go hard. That shit go hard when he does that
that
shit.
shit go way harder when he
Yeah,
go
that shit goes
acapella with
hard
that
when he
shit.
does that. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But
When he say cut the beat
yeah.
and he go in on some real shit,
DJ
everything that you
D-Rex,
just said,
cut the beat.
every fucking album that you, I mean, excuse me, not every album, but every song that you just said right now, if he goes a cappella and does it, it's he's dealing with a duality with himself. You got to understand this. His mama was his daddy was a Crip, his mama was a Blood, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Every time that he raps, when he goes into his Compton shit, he is always facing a duality.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been able to, like, not only, like, I think that's why I like Game so much, because he's one of those people that, like, he doesn't live off of pride. He lives off of understanding who I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's like, because even though both his parents was in gang sections, they tried to make him. They tried to make sure he was away from that, but they couldn't steer him away from it,
right?
Because they wasn't steered away from it.
Right. Right.
So he knows that about himself. He knows he has a duality of not being on the gang side, but then being on the gang side and being on the gang side with duality.
Mm-hmm.
Like one side is Blood, one side is Crip. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but what I know is I'm good in everybody's hood.
Mm-hmm.
And I represent Blood to the fullest, but I still pull up in Crip neighborhoods because y'all respect me. Like, that's the thing that, like, people don't understand about. I'm like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I just be like, man, you know, I didn't grow up like Game. But I do understand how he feels, because my granny neighborhood, most of them niggas is Crips. My neighborhood that raised me and that taught me everything, that's a Blood neighborhood.
Yeah.
How about my granny house? I'm around a bunch of Crips. These niggas know me. And I ain't never gonna be that kind with nobody. I don't got a flag to drop down. I don't have a flag to drop down. And I really respect Game because he's on the same shit. I don't got a flag to drop down. I'm a Blood nigga. I'm not about to drop nothing down.
Yeah.
I ain't about to drop my flag down for nothing, but I bet y'all won't say nothing to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect that to the fullest.
Yeah. Yeah, but bringing it back to the music though. So when we think about, you know, like catalogs and stuff like that and features and what have you, some of them do overlap because, you know, they're artists. And it just seems like it's a small circle, especially when you're coming from like the same area. So YG has that Really Be song with Kendrick. What the Game has that can counter that and blow them up completely out the water is See No Evil with Kendrick and Tank.
You took the words right. I was like,
yeah.
You can't forget that nigga Tank's fucking what's that, the chorus? Nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Shit,
yeah,
we not gonna act like that.
chorus. Tank really slaughtered that chorus. But you know, if YG want to fight with a Kendrick song, Game can fight with a Kendrick song. That's a way better, superior song than whatever you got with Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like YG just signed up for his death wish.
That's a wash. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet.
Now,
listen, because I've said this in previous podcasts. And I'm not saying that YG is not a rapper. YG is a phenomenal rapper. YG sometimes, for me, says things that doesn't make any sense. And I'll just and I've said this before.
Now I countered that with something that somebody pointed out to me. I countered that with some people do feel like the Game really can't rap because he name drops a lot.
That's the whole epitome of rap, though.
Not
like this whole hidden beef that you niggas be doing.
He take it to a whole nother level. He'll drop like 5 different names in a verse.
And I get that. And I understand. not to cut you off, but I get what everybody is saying. But the whole epitome of rap is nobody's gonna lie behind these bars. Ain't like y'all get so used to niggas dropping subliminals. Y'all be forgetting that motherfuckers used to be like, yeah, and Fred 5, bitch ass nigga, you be hanging out with kids. Like they've been doing that since the 80s.
They'll do it, but he does it on a whole nother level, and he'll do it in every song. Like, and it's like, okay, we get it. You're in the circle, but you're like killing the circle of trust because you're telling everybody secrets while you name dropping motherfuckers. They didn't need no alibi. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't necessarily feel like he can't sing or he can't rap simply because he be name dropping a lot. But he does name drop a lot.
I'm gonna ask,
and that can get exhausting after a while.
And I'll give you that, but I'll give you this: when he name drops, when he talks about certain people, anything that he ever said besides the whole Melissa Ford thing, did he ever say anything that was not accurate?
I mean, I don't know. I've never fact checked him.
So go ahead and if you like, and it's not one of those things where I am telling the audience to like go through it, and I'm not one of those people that's like a superior Game fan. I just know I just think Game is a lyricist, because most people just label me as a rapper, and I'm like, I'm not gonna label me as that because I do know the Game is a real lyricist.
Yeah. And I give you that too. And I feel like some people won't label him as a lyricist because they don't look at people from the West Coast as being lyricists.
And that's fair. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
But Game is a lyricist. So Game is he's gonna name drop, and he's gonna say some things that are very true about somebody. That's it. Like I said, and the only thing I can give him strike for was Melissa Ford driving a Honda Accord. That's the only thing I'd be like, man, you wasn't accurate about that. You were just rhyming.
So what did she have?
That, you said what?
So what did she have? She had a Civic instead? Like, I don't
to be quite fair, I don't know what she had at the time when Game talked about it. Yeah. But I can guarantee you it wasn't a Honda Accord, just from the way that she was actually like living in life.
Okay.
But other than that, like when he mentioned stuff, he like, nah, it's just real life. It's real life, and it's one of those things where when I say it, I'm like, he's unapologetic with his lyrics because he don't care about somebody coming to him and saying, hey man, I felt a certain way. He don't give a fuck about that. That nigga, as much as everybody want to talk about Game, and I'll just, for me, in my opinion, I don't know this man from Adam, but I know every time he say some shit, that nigga still be riding around by himself. So he don't give a fuck about what the fuck he says to somebody, because for him, it's the truth. And I know me, I'm one of those people that do the same fucking shit. If I say that's what the fuck he was doing, I'm not about to have no backup with me. I said the fucking truth, my nigga. I wasn't lying on you. You mad at me because I told the fucking truth. If you don't want the truth be told, then stop doing that shit.
Yeah, I get you that. I don't disagree with that you just said. Yeah. Now I do have another one. If YG does try to fight with Toxic, the Game can counter that with All That. That's the one with the lady sample. Yeah. So it will low key be Mary J. Blige fighting D'Angelo. But All That is a tough song, and that one features Wayne, Big Sean, Fabulous, and Jeremiah.
All it is one feature.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is one of them to show up.
Yeah, right. And although we love the chorus, I would suggest not bringing Jeremiah. Just on the strength of what happened last time somebody brought Jeremiah on the verses.
Jeremiah is not showing up to another verses.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't even think that was all Jeremiah's fault. I think that was the audio fault.
No, it's Jeremiah's fault.
He couldn't hear, so
No, it's Jeremiah's fault.
yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying it's Jeremiah's fault because
Okay.
as an artist, you got to understand what your range is. And you really have to understand if you have range to actually
Mm-hmm.
do an audience or you have range to actually just let the audio speak for you.
Yeah.
We all know, everybody that's listening to us right now, we all know that the majority of the time, some of, not all, but some of these artists that we listening to, how producers and everybody twerks, how they sound is way better than how they sound in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Case in point, John B has some of the best albums in the world. When I say in the world, I mean in the world. Some of the best singles that have been multi-platinum in the world. The world, Craig. Listen to this man live. You're going to be disappointed.
At least in 2026, because he can't hit them notes like he used to back in
Hold on.
'96.
Same case, because I'm glad you said that, because people won't be like, oh, he's getting older and won't. Same case for Music Soul Child. Music Soul Child is one of the best artists I've ever heard on wax, period. I actually went to a concert. It's a different brand.
Did you go to the one he did like a couple months ago?
No, I went to I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
And I realized his voice was ass in real time.
Now, see, I have a
Hold
friend that
on,
went to the one.
hold on. Before I even go there, your voice is not ass. I'm sorry, and your voice is not ass. But what it is you're not doing what you're supposed to do to make sure that you can give somebody 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I seen. I seen someone who was just fully inert of I'm doing shows, midway before I do this show, I'm not drinking this tea. I'm not coating my shit with honey. I'm not actually having a vocal therapist, because not a vocal coach, but a vocal therapist that'll show you how to actually, when I'm talking, I need to lower my voice. Because when I sing, if I've been talking in this octave all day, then I'm going to crack when I do a high note.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that. He was just riding through, and I was like, yeah, I was so disappointed in that.
Mm.
And it was like Music Soul Child, Fluentry, all them. I don't know if most people remember at one point when Hot 103 was a real bop in black music, they brought him down, and that was a trash ass show for me.
Yeah. So I have a friend that went to his concert that they did a couple months ago, and she said he sounded good.
Oh.
So maybe he started, sucking on them lemons.
So now, I was about to say now he has because that's the thing. Is like my pops works for and he works for the city, and so I've actually seen people like before like do like the whole rehearsal before the show up.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched Johnny Gill sing 7 songs ballad wise
Yeah.
Hard body.
Yeah.
I'm
With
talking
the
about hard
growl
body.
and all.
I said, God damn.
Yeah.
That's a nigga that can sing.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I watched somebody who was supposed to give somebody a show and didn't give nobody a show. I watched this nigga do it in rehearsal. So how the fuck are you playing around? That's how I look at certain things. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. I watched Johnny Gill go in that motherfucker and be like, you got my pomegranate? Put on your red dress with no music at all. It's just him.
Yeah.
And lay on your high heels. I'm like, oh, this nigga is dope. He's doing this without sound at all. He wants to know what he sounds like, period.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I give you that, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I tried.
Yeah, you can't blame it on age. Because you
Yeah.
gotta understand, this nigga was making it, this nigga was already older.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing that.
Yeah.
My. I'm
But
like,
I feel like
where's the song?
I feel like Johnny Gill is an anomaly.
How so?
Because it just seems like with Johnny Gill, he just, you know, is just one of a kind. Like the way that he sings, of course, his professionalism, the way that he just, you know, takes his craft seriously. I feel like he's an anomaly when it comes to this. So,
You telling me a man that just knows his job and
mm-hmm.
does exactly what he's supposed to do at his job is an anomaly?
No,
Because that's what
I'm
Johnny
not
Gill
saying
is.
it. I'm not saying it like that. I think his work ethic, you know, all of that wrapped up into one term. His work ethic is one of a kind.
Okay.
At least that's the
Okay.
way it feels.
Okay. Now I'll give you that because most
Yeah.
people come to work not to work.
Right.
Johnny Gill comes to work to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll give you that. Most people be like, man, I'm gonna get this shit over. I gotta show him in Detroit in the next 3 days. I'm just about to run through this. Nah, Johnny Gill's like, nah, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you, it's one of those things. I probably said this before, but like Johnny Gill is such the dopest person in the world. My pops was, you know, because he works for the city, so he was setting things up.
Mm-hmm.
He personally was just watching how my pops worked and gave my pops free tickets because he was like, man, you be working, you be doing your thing. Come
Yeah.
on through. Come on through and see the show type of shit.
Yeah.
Because he recognized real. Like
Yeah.
he was doing his thing, but he recognized, oh man, my pops was setting shit up, making sure this shit right.
Yeah.
And he said, hey man, here you go. Come on through. Come see the shit. Come see the
Yeah.
real shit. You seeing me practice.
Mm-hmm.
Come see the real shit.
Yeah.
Said,
Yeah.
that man tough, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, real recognize real.
Hey,
So
I always
that
thought
even
that
proves my
was the
point about
dopest
Johnny
kid.
Gill. That
Shout out to
proves my
Johnny Gill.
point
We
about
weren't
him.
talking
Yeah.
about Johnny Gill, but shout out to Johnny
You
Gill.
know,
Johnny Gill the shit.
we have spent over an hour talking about shit that we did not plan on talking about. Like, but hey, it was a slow news week. And this is pretty good news. You know what I'm saying? Like, At the end of the day, even though it's about to be a live massacre for the world to witness,
That's a massacre. Oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna watch
yeah,
it just because.
I'm gonna enjoy myself while I watch it. Cause I really like. I'm gonna say this, then we can go ahead and move on to what we actually came here for. But I think the biggest song that YG has that he could fight with is My Nigga. And I can even see him losing a round with My Nigga.
If he plays My Nigga, he's gonna Game's gonna play One Blood, and that's just gonna wipe it out.
And that ain't even Game's biggest song.
Exact.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So like,
Thank you.
yeah, like.
So I'm saying that's why I'm saying this is trash. This is it's no downplay to the Game or YG. I'm just saying this is a trash. You know what? I won't say it's trash. I'll rebuke all of what I said about it being trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a great deal for California.
I agree.
It's a great deal for Bompton.
100. But I just lied. This is what I'm gonna bring up next, and then we can move on. We obviously are on the same page, thinking that this is not a fair fight. So, what would be a fair fight for the Game?
For the Game,
Mm-hmm.
if the Game was ever to go in a versus with anybody, where I feel like it'll be a fair fight, where it would have to go through a situation of who likes the Game and who don't like the Game. It has to be a versus with Game and 50 Cent. It has to be. 50 Cent has massive hits. All his massive hits only came off his first album. His other hits came off of an album of his group together. It was G-Unit.
Yeah.
The Game in itself has had hits outside of that fucking regime. So the only way it would be fair is if you have a 50 Cent and a Game versus. I don't think it will ever happen. I don't think they will ever be friends enough to do that.
I don't think that 50 Cent is gonna do a versus. And I think that if 50 Cent were ever to consider seriously doing a versus, it would probably be with Ja Rule.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He would never do anything with Ja Rule. He would never do anything with Ja Rule because you got to understand that Ja Rule, and he literally co-signed someone that was trying to assassinate 50. Right. Outside of the music, we have to understand that Ja Rule actually shook hands with the man that tried to get 50 Cent killed. He would never do anything like that. I don't think they can ever be in a room together personally. I think like business wise, they could talk, but it would never involve them interacting with each other. Just because Ja Rule has been in a situation where he bigged up a man that literally tried to assassinate 50 Cent.
Okay. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair. But I was thinking of like a fight, like a real fight.
Oh, you were thinking about a fight?
No, not a fist fight, but like a real versus battle.
Nah,
like
he ain't gonna do that.
Bigger, because like when you originally think of versus battles, because like the other verses are like, okay, they're entertainment, sure, but an actual battle with people that had beef at one point in time you're thinking of Jeezy and Gucci Man, you're thinking of Bone and 3 6, you're thinking of like certain things like that. So I'm thinking like, okay, if we're gonna talk about a versus battle, that would be a good one. But you do bring up a great point that he would probably never in life do it because of that, which is fair. I ain't fucking with nobody and put no money in nobody's pocket that is in cahoots with anybody that tried to kill me. I don't care. Fuck the rap. Fuck rap at that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't care
Yeah.
about this being great for the culture. Fuck all that shit. No. So fair.
Yeah, I don't think he will ever. The only way I can see that ever happening is if them niggas is like 70, where they don't. At this point, they just like, shit. We about to cash out anyway.
Yeah. Let me get right. Let me get right with God. So
Exactly. Like I don't. I like right now. Like nah, I will. I don't see none of that happening because even when because Ja Rule was being very passive about everything. But then you got you got 50 Cent's goons still trying to go after Ja Rule.
And that shit looks crazy. Because I don't know if you ever remember seeing that one episode of Atlanta where homeboy was in jail and he was talking to the other dude about why he was in jail. Talking about yeah, I was going to the liquor store and then I ran into the dude and blah blah blah. And I ain't seen him in a minute. He was like, come drink with me. And then I ended up here, blah, blah, blah. And then the dude was like sitting right in front of him and he turned around and was like, man, I said I was sorry. That's what that shit looked like on that airplane with Tony Yayo and Ja Rule. That shit was crazy to me.
So now that we have said that, let's just start to segue into this.
Right.
Let's talk
Speaking
about real
of,
topics.
right?
Let's
Speaking
go
of,
into this.
yeah.
How would you feel in a situation where your henchman is still holding a beef against somebody that you started in the rap game with?
I wouldn't feel no kind of way.
So would you still keep that up? Like, so, excuse me. So say if, Lindsey signed to Bone, she's a Mo Thug. Boom. You've been a Mo Thug for 30 plus years. You still beefing with Lil Chat?
Um, yeah.
Mm,
Because certain beefs just don't die.
mm, mm.
Certain beefs just don't die. Like there's a person that I got into it with in 5th grade, and it's still fucking.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I have seen her. She has seen me. It's still fucking. Some
Damn.
people, when you beef, we gonna beef forever.
Damn.
It ain't even that deep. Now I've lived my life more not liking you than liking you. So what's the point at this juncture? And I don't wish no bad on her or nothing like that. Just fuck you. Cause fuck you. That's why. Like, ain't that what Dave Chappelle said? Cause fuck you. That's why.
Yeah. Now I respect it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I know I'm just at the level of like I don't know how to like throw salt at anybody or like try to stumble you from making any money now that I know that I have like certain things that I got to take care of. And like, and it's no downplay to nobody that don't understand this. I got a son. I got a household. And I have a lot of responsibilities as a man that I should be taking care of. So like certain things that happened to me in my 20s and my teens, like I don't be I let go. And that's not saying nobody is listening to us. I'm not saying y'all should do the same thing. I'm just saying what I've done. Um, I've seen and I want to say this with the utmost respect for everybody in this room and everybody that's listening to us. I live in a neighborhood where I literally have done some shit to niggas. And I still walk outside with my son with my head held high. Because I don't trip off shit. So if you a nigga that like still is like, I don't like you because of what you did, understand that every time I walk with my son around this motherfucker, I'm still protected. And like, if you try to do something in front of my son, what I'm gonna do is make sure that my son goes back home. So it's like for me, I as much as I understand, because like you gotta be aware. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand where you're around. But I stay in the area and I walk around the area where I know I've done some shit. And I've done some shit maskless. Like I've never wore a mask anytime I've ever done anything. So people can say whatever they want to say about me. And it's not one of those things where I ain't never robbed nobody. I ain't never did no crazy shit like that. But like I've been crucial with the destruction of my neighborhood. And I've still showed you what I'm trying to do to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm not trying to hide it. I'm trying to be the person that tries to make it right. So I'm not gonna continue to be that kind with a person. Like I don't understand that, and I don't want nobody that like fucks with me still be that kind with these people over here. Like we not about to do that. Like if I'm with somebody and we hanging out and they like, oh man, such and such showed up. I don't give a fuck that such and such showed up, nigga. Take a drink, high five, like do something, like get your weird ass off of that type of shit that, you know what I'm saying? You were talking about when we were kids. We're not kids no more.
Yeah.
We all got shit going on.
Yeah, and that's fair. And that's fair. Sidebar, we have Angel You Need in Your Life watching. Hi. And they're asking, is Miss Marla Gibbs and Miss Jack A still alive? 227. Yes, they both are. Yes, they both are. And that's in regards to one of our actual topics, you know. Because which this is kind of like a sidebar to what you actually were talking about, but it is a rest in peace to Mr. Hal Williams. Mr. Hal Williams did pass away this past week. He played the father on 227, along with other roles. One of the other roles that he was real known for was it was a reoccurring role on Sanford and Son. He was the cop.
Yep.
You know,
he was a real cop.
He was a real cop.
So when I say he's a real cop, so it was two cops. So one cop would give you a bunch of flabbergasting, and he'd be like, well, because of this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And then he would turn around and be like, hey man, they want you to make sure that your plates is in the front of your shit so people won't tow it. Like he was that guy.
Okay. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking like I had heard that he was like an actual cop, but that may have been somebody else. But
no, he was a social worker. He started off as a social worker.
Social worker. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, he did do that on that show. But yeah, he did pass away this past week. He was 91. So rest in peace to him. But yes, Marlon Gibbs and Jack A. Harry are both still alive. Excuse me. Now, Marlon Gibbs is like almost 100.
Marla Gibbs is doing her thing. Like,
Yeah.
listen,
And she still acts.
Marla Gibbs is one of the dopest people in the world because Marla Gibbs, um, not downplaying Hal Williams, but Marla Gibbs was one of those individuals that would literally pull somebody from the audience and make them a star.
Mm.
So if we don't understand that, and I'm pretty sure Hal Williams probably did the same thing, because back then, like we were tools and fuse. But Marla Gibbs is one of those people that a lot of people give credit for, because if it wasn't for her, you would not even know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she's still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
She's
big
actually
shout out.
95 right now.
Yeah. Big shout out to her.
And she was pretty tall. She was 5'8" or is 5'8".
She ain't 5'8" no more.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, she ain't 5'8" no more.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, like you lose like 2 to 3 inches once you start getting older. Trust me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
5'7". I know by the time I'm 70 years old, they gonna be like, he a little man. And I'm be like, yeah, I was little but mighty, bitch ass nigga.
But yeah, and then Jack A, she's 69 right now. So Jacqueline, Yvonne, Harry. But yeah, no, they're both alive. They're both alive. But yeah. So shout out to Mr. Hal Williams. I had did a job a couple years back for like 2 months, I think. And one of my coworkers, um, it was a job on the phone, and one of my coworkers had a call from Hal Williams, and it was like, wow, he has this service. It was like, wow, but yeah, yeah, but he was like, do you know who blah 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 is? I was like, yeah, you talking about from 227? He was like, yeah. He was like, I just got off the phone with him. So, yeah. That's the closest I ever got to Hal Williams.
Wow. Like
So,
funny, because like this is a total left from what we do it
yeah.
right now, but and it is on topic. But Hal Williams was like really, really a dope individual. I had a chance to like actually like um not deep dive because I didn't get too much of a deep dive, but like he was really like a seasoned actor, like as far as on the sitcom circuit.
Mm-hmm.
That I realized I was like, oh shit, he ain't been in a lot of things. And not
Yeah.
only has he been in a lot of things, he didn't fall victim to that snake bite of falling into trying to be Hollywood. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he really did do a lot of things for the black community. Like I think a lot of that gets downplayed with the roles that he was playing.
Yeah. 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 Unfortunately, that occurs. But yeah. But rest in peace to Mr. Hal Williams. But yeah, but back to your intro to the other topic that we have on the docket.
What was he talking about again? Because like I don't know how it was.
You were talking about like beef and how you're not going to allow it to you know take over for decades.
Exactly. So we can't allow that. Like, so it's a lot of things that happens with a lot of people, but you have to understand that like um people get older, like and people understand certain things. Like I'm not never gonna say like these things can carry through. Because some things carry through, because some things is hard. In the case of like 50, like I know why he don't let things go. Because when you try to take his life, but at the same time, with a lot of things that's going on, like man, you besides that situation, if y'all just was like beefing over a block or a yard or whatever the fuck y'all was doing, some of that shit, yeah, it has to die down because nothing happened to nobody of importance to you. With 50, it was a lot. Like you shooting up you shooting him and you shooting at his grandma's house.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I ain't never had nothing like that happen to me. I've had individuals, I know individuals that things like that happen to. So I understand why they like, man, I'm not fucking with this nigga no more.
Yeah.
But it's never no reason why we would ever be in a room together. That
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It would never be a situation where Ja Rule and 50 can ever have an understanding. Like, it's never gonna be an understanding with these niggas. They're always gonna feel a certain way. Even if they just say, all right, throw the beef aside. Fuck it. You know, it's no more animosity between us. Still, the trauma that happened is we can't be in the same room together.
Right. Right.
And I get that 100%. I'm never gonna knock nobody for doing that. I ain't never gonna turn around and be like, man, y'all need to let that go. Y'all Rule gonna be like, man, that nigga literally took food out my kid's mouth.
Yeah.
And 50 gonna be like, this nigga really shook the hands of a nigga that tried to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah. And people don't let shit go for less.
Exactly. So I'm not mad at how that play. What I'm saying is in real time, y'all ain't never did that type of shit. Y'all watching some shit that y'all be acting like y'all want to do. Y'all ain't never did that. Most of the niggas y'all beefing with that ain't never shot up your mama house, ain't never shot up your granny house, ain't never did that. And I'm only telling you the truth because I'm telling you some real shit. When that shit does happen, you feel a certain way about an individual. I had a nigga shoot up my granny house. Me and that nigga was never the same. And you know what? The crazy part about it was I knew I couldn't do nothing to him because one of my main associates, or my main homies, I ain't even gonna say associate, I'm gonna keep it 100. I call this man my brother. My brother's cousin did that. So only thing I could do is tell him, and the only thing he could do is be like, man, stay away from Leland.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he could say. Stay away from Leland. And I had seen him a couple of years and I greeted him and he was like, whatever. And shook everybody else's hand. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I know what it is. If you catch me by yourself, you're going to try to do something to me. So I'm going to automatically understand that now at this point, once I catch you riding around, I got to knock your top off. And it's not on no extra and it's not me being disrespectful. We've had this conversation. Everybody knows we don't beef with each other, but in public, you decided to act like you don't even know me. So now I have to act a certain way. So when I act a certain way, nobody looked at me like I was wrong because I wasn't. Because I tried to greet you to be cordial because we're around people that we mutually know. So you do that and you did an extra shit, then I got to be on some extra shit from now on. So I understand that. It will never be a situation where 50 and Ja Rule will ever do a fucking versus.
Yeah. So they won't do a versus. But how do you feel about this whole situation with Tony Yayo, which is a part of G Unit, constantly bringing up Memphis Bleek?
I feel like that's his way of being quite honest. This is, in my opinion, this has nothing to do with this we talk. This is my opinion of saying you are watching a man who has made his own money, but he don't like that somebody else is making more money than him. And that's the only way I can chop that up.
Okay.
Because Tony Yayo has made his own money after G Unit. Let's get it twisted. Tony Yayo has been able to still be financially stable. What it is, and that situation with Memphis Bleek is Memphis Bleek has always been the dude that looked at Jay-Z like he was his older brother. So he was just riding his coattails but doing his own thing. Tony Yayo was right there with 50 Cent. Like it's a difference between being younger brother and big brother and just brothers. Him as a brother, he feels like Jay-Z should have looked out more for Memphis Bleek. I don't have to look out more for somebody that's never there. Like if you keep it 100, Memphis was never there. He just got an opportunity, and he was living off a name of being under rock, but he was never there. Even Memphis tells you that.
Never where with Jay-Z?
Not with Jay-Z on that level. Like when Jay-Z was being or turning into this billionaire, Memphis Bleek was still in the hood. He was still like hanging out with niggas that Jay-Z said he wasn't hanging out with no more. Because he's a younger brother. He's the little dude. He's the little guy.
Okay, so do you feel like Tony Yayo has a point?
No.
Okay.
Tony Yayo don't have a point. And the whole point is this, is because Tony Yayo, you was around 50 when 50 was actually selling dope and y'all was moving packs and y'all were doing that together. Memphis didn't do that with Jay. He never did. He just got an opportunity. Jay came back and said, hey, this is what I need you to do. And Memphis would tell that. And he said that in plenty of interviews. He just got the keys to the fucking castle. He still needed to learn how to understand how the castle works.
But from listening to things recently, it makes me even more confused how this whole thing turned out, because they were saying in the video that you sent that in the beginning, Jay wrote, like in the very, very, very beginning, Jay wrote for Memphis Bleek.
Yep.
But we both know that they are not the same. They didn't come up together or anything like that. So that makes me even more confused on why Jay took such a considerable liking to Mem, to pretty much say that was his second coming, to pretty much have, especially on the Hard Knock Life album, he pretty much had it set up, because it was rumored back then that Jay-Z wanted to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And he was supposed to give the throne, if you will, to Memphis Bleek. And he pretty much set it up on that album that that's what was going to happen. But then he turned around and came out with Volume 3. So that makes me really question, why did he take such a considerable interest in Memphis Bleek if the very beginning he wasn't even a rapper for real? He wrote for him. Like, what was it in him? And then Furthermore, Jay-Z was, positioning him to take over the throne, and it didn't happen. So why didn't it happen? Why if Jay-Z is such this, top tier level of a individual, and he's looking into this person going on in his absence, why, if he was that good, why didn't it happen?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly why it didn't happen.
Okay.
It didn't happen because Memphis did not understand the opportunity he had in his face. So, they can talk interviews and everybody can explain themselves how they want to explain themselves in all these interviews. What I will say off the flip is, I bought albums. What I will say is, when Memphis came out, Memphis thought he was good. Memphis Bleek thought he was good with his first album. Second album came out, he thought he was even better. And he thought that he had the backing that Jay had, not knowing Jay was making formidable changes in his life. He wasn't paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
So Memphis fell into the back burner because Memphis thought he was always going to be taken care of because Jay-Z said it in the verse. Now, I could tell you off the flip, Shay going to always be taken care of. But if Shay don't do shit Shay's supposed to do, Shay ain't about to be having a bunch of shit. I'm always look out for her, but I ain't about to put her where I wanted to put her because she's not doing what she's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same way. And Memphis knows this. That's why Memphis don't fault Jay for certain shit. Because he was supposed to be the second coming.
Yeah.
But he got
you think that Memphis got in his own way?
He got in his own way.
Okay.
You got to think about it. Memphis, we can say everything we want to say about it. At the end of the day, Memphis is always going to be a millionaire just because of Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the nigga that's a multi-millionaire that ain't never, ever had a verse that we ever hear about?
Tata.
Because Tata knew his position. Memphis got too big for itself. And Memphis say it. He says that. This ain't nothing I'm saying like out of the clear blue. This is he was watching niggas do this, and he was feeling salty with these niggas. Cause he thought, oh man, you was supposed to do boo boo. He said this already. Tata knew his role. Tata said, I'm the muscle. I'm 5'5", whatever the fuck, and I'll knock a 6'5" nigga out real quick and get Jay in the motherfucking room. He knew his position. That's why Ty don't never have interviews and talk about he was denied money. Because Ty's always taken care of because he knew his position. Memphis forgot what his position was. Now the thing with Yayo is Yayo has to understand that you are saying this shit about Memphis, but Memphis was always his own dude. Even though he got in his own way, he understood he got in his own way, and he started making his own path.
Mm-hmm.
Yayo never made his own path. He's always backed up by 50. Memphis Bleek is never backed up by Jay-Z unless Jay-Z chooses to bring Memphis aboard. But Memphis, like he said, because I want to reference this, because this is real talk. As long as I'm around, Memphis is a millionaire. That is honest truth. He's always going to be a millionaire because Jay-Z is going to make sure that the moves you make is going to make you $1 million or more than that because inflation. But what I'm saying is Memphis at one point had to realize I got to do this on my own because I'm not doing what he's asking me to do. Tony Yayo is always going to do what 50 asked him to do. You know why? And because this is not a little brother scenario. This is a that's my man scenario.
Mm-hmm.
With Jay in Memphis, that's my little brother. That lady, Memphis Bleek's mama let Jay-Z stay there. That's my little brother. I'm always take care of him because your mama took care of me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that with Yayo. Yayo just was relying off a nigga in the streets. Mm-hmm. It's a big difference.
Okay.
Like, okay. Saying that, like, and just to be quite honest, Memphis is completely right when he says it. You niggas became dependents. Y'all are dependents off of 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not a dependent off of Jay-Z. Memphis can still do whatever he wants to do on his own. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't need the Rock backing. He's always going to rock Nation because that's where he started. But he doesn't need the Rock. Tony Yayo, if 50 says, hey, man, I ain't fucking with them no more, they ain't got no money. Mm-hmm. They ain't got no money coming. That's the big difference. Because that's not a, not even saying little brother scenario. That's just not a good business tactic. You keep relying on a nigga.
Yeah.
Memphis don't rely on Jay.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing in a nutshell with Memphis Bleek. If you ever watch any interviews with Memphis Bleek, he was always doing his own 1-2 step. Like he loved the Rock, but he always wanted to be him. He always wanted to be Memphis. Mm-hmm. This nigga is from fucking New York and called himself Memphis Bleek.
I always was confused by that.
This nigga always wanted to be him.
Yeah. I always was confused by that. I didn't understand the thing with Memphis. So his family was from Memphis?
It's his family lineage. Half the niggas that come from New York is immigrants anyway.
True. But I just didn't know. Yeah.
He always wanted to be him, authentically him. Mm-hmm. He didn't give a fuck about okay, so let me take that back. Not that he didn't give a fuck about the Jay-Z plug, but he still was gonna be him. Mm-hmm. And he still was gonna do the things he was doing.
Yeah.
Like when he realized he wouldn't get no plug, remember he started his own record label, all that shit. Yeah, and he'll tell you like this is something I'm just not blowing out my ass. Like he was literally like, hey man, Jay-Z was coming in the studio and asking us, did we have something? And we didn't have nothing. So he'll go to the next nigga. Mm-hmm. That's not Jay's fault. That's your fault. Why you ain't up there with Jay? He was literally telling you, hey man, what you got? And you was telling him I ain't got nothing. So he moved to the next person because you wasn't doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously you're not ready. So I'm gonna move on to a person that is ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that beef
makes sense to me.
It's not a beef, but the situation that they with Tony Yayo and Memphis Bleek is one of those things where and I'm not gonna call him a dependent, but for real, you are a dependent. You were doing whatever 50 said, where Memphis didn't do that. But Jay still gave him the tools to be on his own. 50 ain't never gave Tony Yayo the tools to be on his own. If he did that, I ain't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen it yet, and this is 25 years later. I ain't seen yet that
Yeah.
that 50 Cent gave you the tools to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Or even if he did, you don't have the caliber to do your own thing. Memphis does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Memphis has his own caliber to do his own thing. That's why nobody's worried about Memphis, because Memphis is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's true. That's true. But that's that on that. So another person passed away this past week, and they were only 71. And that was Lindsey Graham.
Old Lindsey.
Yeah. So Lindsey Graham is a a politician out of South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
He's a senator.
A senator. Yeah, well, that's a politician out of I want to say South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. That yeah, that is a person that was pretty provocative these past few years, especially. And following a short illness that did nobody know he had, and it was pretty, rampant, he passed away. And this was completely unexpected. They don't know what the cause of it is, of course. Bless me. Of course, there is speculation, there are rumors and all kinds of stuff on what took him out, but yeah, he's no longer here. Um, in the coming days after his passing, they did appoint his sister to his seat. And the president has been making his rounds to a lot of places talking about his dear old friend, Lindsey Graham. Which, if Lindsey Graham would have passed 10 years ago, he would have been singing a different tune.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Lindsey Graham took on being one of Trump's biggest allies in in politics, in American politics, and they went from being adversaries to being best buds. And when I tell you, this man put on his finest clown suit to cake for that man on any and everything. He was the biggest spin doctor for Trump that you ever did see. And it was like, you can't be this blind to your loyalty. But he was. Another thing that was rumored, because Lindsey was single, never been married, has no kids, that he was gay. Um, that will follow him to the grave.
I mean, well, I
Yeah,
mean,
because he never
he's
confirmed or
dead.
denied.
So
He just ignored those rumors. So that he literally is taking that to the grave on if he was in fact gay or not. Um, but yeah.
he's actually addressed it before.
But did he confirm or deny?
It was more of
This is stupid. Leave it alone.
no, it wasn't even that. It was regardless of the rumors you would hear.
See,
Excuse me, I'm sorry because I don't want to laugh about this. But I
but it's
do.
so hard not to, right?
Um, yeah. For this, he was just like, yeah, don't listen to the rumors of Europe. I am heterosexual. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
you're heterosexual in the United States, but in Europe, you slanging this dick, boy. Like, and I hate to. I'm again, man. I'm laughing, but like, it's like what? Like, it's documentation. RIP. Because
Yeah.
I don't listen. I want to be quite fair. I'm never gonna talk about a dead man because a dead man can't defend himself. I will, but I will completely say everything that the dead man, before he had passed, what he was doing. So that's what I'll do. I will never. I'm only going to talk about what he was doing when he was alive because I don't want to talk about a dead man. If that makes sense, I want to clarify with the audience. I will talk about what the man was doing while he was in office, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Because I'm petty, and y'all should know me by now. I'm super petty, and I'm not gonna do that.
I'll be petty for you, but I'll let you continue.
All right, so Lindsey Graham, this senator from Carolina, controversial. People had their opinion about him. So let me just not say my opinion about him. What I will say is this: he is a military veteran. He has also been on the Senate for decades. So being on the Senate, he has been aware of certain things, and it's a lot of things that he has been a part of that I will address. One is he had a lot of issues with same-sex policies. He understand the rules in that when it came to marriage, he was always opposed to that. Also, he was opposed to a lot of things that had anything to do with the LGBTQ. Am I saying all those alphabets right? If I'm not, please correct me. But he had a lot of things to say about that in that seat, and he was pushing forward a lot of things that was pushing um, our family and these communities back. Um, he once called him a Donald Trump a crook. He also, why he was in office, said it was wrong to vote for Donald Trump, and then turned around and backed him like he was his own shadow. So, with that being said, this is the person, again, I'm only going to talk about what you did when you were alive. This is what you did when you were alive. I'm never going to say what my opinion is because you cannot rebuttal it now. But I want you to know that what you did, you made a lot of people second guess their actual thinking because they followed you. And I'll end it with that. And you can be my avatar right now.
So, of course, he did have a lot of controversial policies and what have you. So he wasn't the most likable person. And that doesn't change just because you die. Like if people don't like you, they don't like you. If it's fuck you, it's fuck you. Now some people may not continue to say fuck you after, but a lot of people will continue to say fuck you after. And so much so that he was trending #1 on Twitter the day he died. Not because people were sending their condolences, but people were, giving their honest opinions. And they were some of the, I ain't even gonna hold you, they were some great tweets. If you like to look at the irony of things, especially because whoever follows politics, we all see what's going on with Mitch McConnell. That man is like, if he coughs real good, we're going to have him lying in state next week. Like, it's really getting close to the end, and I ain't even trying to be funny. And for Lindsey Graham to go before Mitch was like, we didn't see that one coming. Like, and a lot of people, did state that. I'm gonna go over some of the top tweets. So there's one tweet in particular that says them. Let's have a moment of silence for Lindsey Graham. And then this person says me.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful, right, man?
Horrible. Horrible.
The way people are treating his death
Yeah.
is just disrespectful.
People do not give a damn. If they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you, and that's it, and that's all.
I get it.
You can't do nothing but be like, all right, fair.
I just didn't want to. I
you
think
don't have to.
Yeah, and it's not one of those things where I'm like, I can't do it because everybody knows I can be petty, and I can talk about a bunch of shit. But I refuse to because I don't. I just know it's not a rebuttal after.
Mm-hmm.
But like, y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna eat it up. I'm
gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch. Now I may not do it. I may not get out on the field and kick the soccer ball around with you, but I am gonna be in the stands watching what happens. So, another person said, I will say Lindsey Graham being asked by a reporter how Mitch McConnell is doing, answering, I don't know. I'm going to go check on him right now. And then dying is hilarious.
I'm going to go check right now with my office. I'm hoping and praying he's doing well, but I'm going to check just right now.
Is there a contingency plan if for some reason his McConnell, how is he doing? Have you heard anything?
I'm going to go check right now with my office.
Okay.
That's tough. That is tough.
I just recently watched a trans woman confess that on a podcast that he was a client of hers.
Now,
which would to me it made sense, but it's just like godly.
Now, I can only take that with a grain of salt because nowadays people are such clout tracers. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. How would you know? Like, what kind of receipts do
you don't know. Like
Yeah.
you waited till this man died and came up.
Right. And then you're gonna, spill all his beans. So yeah, people can come out and say whatever they want to say, but unless you got some real solid solidified receipts, you ain't gonna do nothing but tell us what we already know.
Right. Like
You
the
know?
actual government that like actually said that like they had to remove him from a spot because he was just doing way too many verbacious shits. Like I don't even know if that's a word. I'm gonna make it a word right now. Like he was doing so much. They were like, we're gonna remove you from one area and put you somewhere else. because because of these actions.
Yeah.
And all of these actions had everything to do with like nothing military, all homosexual activity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's evident. Like we're not. Again, I'm not kicking a man when he's down. I would never do that, and he's a dead man, so I would never do that at all. But like, it's free to the public.
So I have a couple more. Lindsey Graham said that Joe Biden will be dead by the end of the year. Joe Biden eating breakfast this morning.
Is that Raven Simone?
Yeah. I don't know if you ever seen this video of her when she's laughing, but yeah.
Like, no, we really need to see a video of Joe Biden eating breakfast because right now I don't even know if Joe Biden knows what breakfast is anymore.
Well, Joe ain't senile. As far as I know, he ain't senile.
Well, you say that, but like,
well, I mean, I don't
Joe got up out of there, we realized this nigga was diminishing.
He was getting old.
Again, I'm not knocking nobody from getting old, but like, this at one point we knew Joe wasn't understanding what was going on. Like,
he did. Can we like really, that debate? Like, that debate that pretty much solidified that he needs to retire. The way that he was looking in that debate, he was looking like, why is the cat drinking milk out the bowl?
Look, somebody come look at this.
Right. Would you
somebody come look at this? Like, again, it's no downplay to Joe. Again, no. Joe Biden is alive, so I can say this.
Yes.
Why would they ever put a man in that state in front of cameras? Fucking, it flabbergastes me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So one more. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell on their way to hell right now. Oops.
And you know what? People ain't right. People ain't shit. People ain't shit. People ain't shit.
And if you want to,
people ain't shit. But at the same time, people ain't shit. I will tell y'all all the time, like, I know I be doing the most, and I'm petty as fuck. So if I ever go to hell, man, I got a penthouse. It ain't y'all version of hell that y'all gonna. Do. Like they gonna be like, hey man, like yeah, you was top tier on some shit you was talking about. Like you knew what you was talking about, but you still gotta come here. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck it, bet.
Oh, okay. So this what you were talking about just a moment ago. Transgender author claims Lindsey Graham wore red lingerie and had him do unspeakable things before transition. Jesse James Rose credits the late senator for having financial security and lack of student loans. And this is the
Oh yeah.
this
Yep.
is her.
Yep.
This is
That's
her.
her. That's her.
So let's
I seen
say,
that
oh
interview.
wow. She wrote a eulogy for a horny hypocrite by Jesse James Rose. So I'm gonna close with this, and then we can go to Jerry's final thought.
Okay.
So just woke up to find out Lindsey Graham is dead. LOL. Most of you know him as a homophobic senator from South Carolina, but to me, he will always be the man who paid a Twinkie pre-transition college student a fat stack of cash to do unspeakable things to him in a hotel room while he wore red lingerie. And I did this because they did the emoji, the raising my hand emoji. It is a canon trans event to have far right freaks bankrolling you and then turning around and voting against you. People love to judge us, for it, but I never see them opening their wallets. Shout out to sex workers everywhere forced to humanize their enemies just to make rent. It is an absolute mindfuck to me that one of the reasons I have any semblance of financial security and lack of student loans is because of this man. At the time, I had no idea who he was, and I only figured it out because another group or twinks leaked Lady G to the media. Lady G. Some queers tried to grandstand critique this, saying we shouldn't out people. I believe bigots with power deserve no peace or privacy, especially when they hold public office. I'm glad they did it. Icons forever. Anyway, if you ever enjoyed what I do on the internet, know that it is in part because of Lindsay's generous donation over a decade ago. If I've ever sent you money for something, know that was kickstarted by the now deceased sissy senator from South Carolina. Lindsay, rest in hell for what you did to our community. I will continue to love queer and trans people harder than you ever hated us. You loved every second of your time together. You loved every second of our time together, and now everyone knows. Now, this picture at the end of all that, that smirk makes this 10 times more diabolical. And I yield the rest of my time to Jerry's final thought.
I don't even know how to address Jerry's final thought. After all of that, but I will say, before I get into my Jerry's final thoughts, for her to tell her truth, if it's true, for her to tell her thoughts, I 100% agree with it. Because fuck people that throw their rock against glass houses and hide their hands. Fuck those type of people. So if that is an actual truth, I want you to not only keep moving forward with that, but also I want people to be behind you. If this is truth, I want the backing to be married. And I'll just end it at that. Now, let's get on Jerry's final thoughts. We've had a lot of things we talked about. one thing that is core in everything that we talked about tonight is being totally 100 with yourself. My Jerry's final thought is, if you don't know who you are and you don't know how to respect who you are, then you're always going to be somebody that's going to play second fiddle, and somebody's going to put you in the back burner. You need to know your place, and I'm not saying on no downplay. Know your place and know who you are as a person and know who people around you are, and you need to triumph in that way. You ain't got to be a senator, a president, a council member, or any of that. You got to be the best version of you, 100% all the time. And when you realize that about yourself, I promise you, by the time we go to the next phase of life, you are going to be proud that you were unapologetically you. And as always, take care of yourself and
Well, thank you for Jerry's final thought. And yeah, so as you can see below, we have our first annual The Ish We Talk Podcast Expo on August 15, 2026. The tickets are on sale now. Go to Eventbrite, look up TIWT Podcast Expo to purchase your ticket. But outside of that, this was episode 204 of The Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys for episode 205.
before you get off,
Yes.
I'm going to tell everybody that watches us and everybody that watches us on a later tone because they on YouTube. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I ask Lindsey for these records about who is buying tickets, and it start being low, and people weren't buying tickets, although y'all always been to our free shows, I'm gonna start digging in y'all head. I promise you. I'm gonna start digging into your head. I'm gonna really disrespect y'all as much as I can because y'all been to our free show. We've given you free shows. We're actually giving you an expo of podcasts, not only us but other people. If I start looking at the numbers and the numbers don't look right for the people that's trying to get in there, oh man, I'm on your head, y'all. I'm telling you right now, I'm on your head because it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. We fill our seats. We've been filling out seats with live shows because they've been for free. And if you can't do it for $25, then I'm about to be on your head. I'm telling you, I'm about to be on your head. Y'all gonna be mad at me.
But to your point, let's discuss what you're getting for that $25. So we will have a MC, we will have a DJ, and we will have 4 different podcasts all in one evening for $25. You can't beat that. You're going to have a night full of entertainment. You're going to have vendors that you will be able to support several Black businesses in one evening. It's going to be fun. You're going to be able to network. If you have questions about certain aspects of the podcast game, there are going to be several different voices that you can hear from that do several different podcasts. We're all coming together to present eventful night for you guys. And Lily's right. Y'all came to the free shows. Y'all have been asking for the last couple years, because it's been a couple years since we did a show.
Exactly.
And y'all have been asking consistently since the last show. When y'all doing the next show? When y'all doing the next show? I was done. Like, let's just be real. I was like, this is a lot of work. I'm done. So
we gotta do a lot. You don't understand, like getting vendors, getting food, getting it. Like we do a lot, and we've been doing it for free for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to add other groups and just charge 25. If y'all not doing that, and it's not one of those things where I'm telling you that you gotta pay it. I ain't saying that. Y'all ain't gotta be there. But for the people that always show up to the free, 25, y'all spend way more than that when y'all buy a bottle.
Straight up. You spend way more than that going on a date to the movies. You spend way more than that going to a comedy show of someone that is performing at the Sprint Center or the T-Mobile Center. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna spend more than that going to a concert at the Uptown or at the Midland. So come and spend the little, and you know, $25 is funky when you got to give it up. So come spend your little funky $25. Like,
because you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell y'all the honest to God truth. You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna end up doing it somewhere else, and we're gonna charge the same rate, and it's gonna be out of state. And the first thing y'all gonna say is, "Ah, man, they don't be representing the town no more." Mm-hmm. I'm not going to. Why would I? If y'all don't respect us, why should we respect you? And it's not on no any disrespect. This is 100% real.
Yeah, straight up.
We're gonna do it, and this is the ball moving, because we got to get the ball moving. So if the ball is moving, and we're starting to catch up, and we're starting to get followers, and we're starting to do things, if we look at our demographics and we got more followers in Wisconsin, then we're gonna go to Wisconsin. I'm sorry.
We're gonna go to a mansion in Wisconsin.
And then I'm like, well, they don't do it here. Yeah, we did it.
We did it
all the time here for free. And y'all said, screw us. So we decided to move it elsewhere. And we're going to get Wisconsin podcasts. And we're going to do our thing there. And we're going to keep it moving from every state that actually rocks with us. And I'm only telling y'all because I want to tell y'all the truth. I'm not saying or shooting y'all down. But like, man, you got to show us some love.
Yeah, straight up. We're trying to do something positive. And we're trying to, you know, fellowship. And
she went dark. Truth be told, like she said, we're trying to do fellowship.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we back.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, she can't hear me. So what I'm saying is, I mean this 100% completely. If you are not getting into even the people that we rock with, we got the Living Room podcast, we got the Society Breakdown podcast. We also got the Unveil the Real podcast. We have so many podcasts that are about to be on this expo. We want y'all to be a part of this. I'm not saying you gotta like me. But we have so many podcasts that we want you to be a part of, and then we want you to listen to because they have so much to give y'all. If y'all not doing that for a
Oh,
simple moment of you back?
I'm back. You
Can
know,
you
when you get a phone call and you're like recording on the iPad, it hates. Does not
gotcha.
like it. So yeah. But I'm back.
Again, what I'm saying is if y'all can't do this for a simple night of networking and enjoyment, and then also like absolute entertainment from not only us but multiple people, man, come on.
Yeah.
You're gonna get mad at me for when I say the next time we're gonna do it in Denver, and you're gonna be like, well, I can't travel to Denver. Yeah, well, I got 3 podcasts in Denver that's willing to do it, and we just booked it over there.
Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much. So that, just saying, that's what it is. Because I mean, we've been, like I said, we've been asked
And
more than once since the last show. And here it is. So what's up? Y'all coming or not?
y'all coming tonight? Y'all will spend $100 at a spot where y'all feel like y'all wasn't entertained enough.
Mm-hmm.
We're only asking for $25.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you spend more than that putting gas in your tank. So you spend more than that on DoorDash. So come on out and fuck with us.
$25 to not only listen to us, but multiple podcasts. Like again, I'll break it down. We have um, the Living Room podcast. We have the Unveil the Real podcast. We have the Ish We Talk, and then we have Society Breakdown, which I really want y'all to pay attention to Society Breakdown because as far as us, man, that is going to be one of them that's going to make you really think.
Yeah. Yeah. And he definitely does a society breakdown. Like he will definitely keep your eyes woke and give you a nuanced perspective on certain topics for sure. And I had to convince him to do it. I had to tell him like, yo, this would be dope to do it live. Like you gotta do it. And it's his birthday weekend. We gotta
Oh,
show up. We gotta
oh
show
yeah.
up.
If y'all don't do anything else, y'all got to show up for my man if it's his birthday weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to show up for my man.
So
With that being said, take care of yourself and others.
absolutely. And we will see you guys for episode 205. Bye.
And